If that song don't pick you up, you're dead.
Yeah, right. You got to be buried and unburied to get nut.
Okay, well, we're having phone issues again. What a shock.
Shocker.
We're trying to get Rick. We had Rick on. We had 3 other people on, and they've all disappeared. So, Rick, I don't know.
So we're going to do the entire show using nothing but hand signals and pantomime.
You know, what we're going to do for next week, we're going to get the Pee Wee Herman set in here with the tin cans and the string. Because it might as well. I mean,
I got a handheld shortwave radio.
It's probably going to work as good as this.
I got a ham sandwich. I'm ham.
Well, you know what? Somebody tomorrow is going to have a headache. Because I've really had enough of this.
This is almost a month full of phone disability.
Yeah.
Come on, we're trying to do business here, folks.
Well, you know what? We're a phone-driven show.
We're a call-in show.
Try calling in.
Why don't people call in? Yeah. Holy cow.
But this week, again, I know Rick's been busy again, so hopefully when we do get him on, we can talk about a lot.
Sorry, it's difficult for me to talk when I'm pissed. Anyway, okay, so back to the auction. Since we're waiting for our phones to come alive, anybody got a quarter? Maybe if you put one in a slot somewhere, it'll come back on. Did we pay the bill? Jeez,
Grand Bell will be rolling in his grave right now.
Well, I'm going to put a few people in their graves right now.
Yes. But the auction. Okay, let's bump up this auction because we only have less than a week until the first day.
Well, yeah, isn't it 6 days away.
Wouldn't that be just in time for Father's Day?
Pretty much.
Come on.
Pretty much. I see a phone line is re-entered. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's this coming Saturday and Sunday. And, guys, we got so much good stuff. You really got to check it out. Go to gunslingerauctions.com. Is it good to go now? All right, here we go.
Get them before we lose them.
Okay, Rick, sorry. I don't know what, apparently somebody didn't pay the bill around here and our phones are going A-wire.
Not a problem.
What's going on?
Be on, guys. So I'll try to keep it brief because I know we're probably a little late going into this. So here's some things going on. We will, after tomorrow, be one of two legislatures still in play west of Texas. It'll be us and Oregon. And at the end of the month, Oregon will be out. And it'll just be us. Lucky us.
Yeah.
So we have the longest serving legislative session of any of the states west of Texas. So there's only 2 that go as long as us on the other side. So what we have going on right now is some bills that are really, really egregious, and we need everyone to go to CRPA.org. I'll say a little earlier, and you can sign up to be able to use our one-click politics, which just requires you to click on and say, this is where I live, and it automatically sends all the mails out to your different representatives. You don't have to look it up, don't have to do anything other than that.
Easy peasy.
Awesome.
Look at that.
And what was the address they might find that at?
CRPA.org.
There you go.
Very cool.
See how easy they make it for you, folks.
Here are the bills. It's Assembly Bill 1078, which is designed to limit that you can only purchase 3 firearms per month. So after being proved that it was unconstitutional to limit you to 1 a month, Berman said, well, maybe it's not unconstitutional to do 3 a month. So he didn't get the message. But literally, he's trying to make it sound like if you have to buy more than 3 a month, there's something wrong with you. You have issues. And we have pushed back and said, no, there's collectors that buy more than 3 a month. They go to Jeff's auction, they see 8 or 9 things. They're never going to see them again. So, of course, they want to buy more than 3.
Why is it their business anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's not their business. And, B, there's also, families, if you go out to purchase firearms or, shooting teams, et cetera, et cetera. So there's lots of reasons. And
so many reasons.
This is part of what we need to do is normalize that conversation so that people can't get away with these cheesy arguments. And then, of course, we have Assembly Bill 1127, which is called the Converter Pistol Bill, but it's better known today as the Glock ban bill because it will effectively block every Glock. I am going to say a couple things on that. There are some really bad rumors going out there. If this bill was signed into law and you own a Glock, you are not losing your Glock. The government's not coming for your Glock. Mm-mm. There's going to be no helicopters, none of the different things that we see now on the Internet, people purporting. What will happen is you will not be able to transfer or sell that Glock, but you will be able to keep it. But this will prevent any new Glocks from coming into the state and any Glocks from being transferred or sold. So, like in the case of you, Jeff, you would be able to sell them outside the state, but just not in the state.
And why are they picking on Glock, Rick?
Well, they're picking on Glock because federal law says it's illegal to apply any device to any firearm that can make it fully automatic or close to being fully automatic. And that has been around, as we all know, since the 30s.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's California. So there's somebody that made what's generically called a Glock switch that is placed on a Glock, can make the Glock shoot faster than it would normally shoot in semi-automatic mode. And so because of that, they said, oh, Glocks are very scary, Glocks are very bad, Glocks are going to be used in all these horrific, crimes, and so therefore we need to take them out of the hands of the law-abiding citizen before they end up in the hands of the criminal, because we all know criminals go to AKA the law-abiding citizen to buy their phone. Oh, no, they don't do that. But that's besides the point. That's what we're fighting. And so, and this also applies to a few other firearms companies that basically have designed a complete firearm around the Glock. And so it's not just Glocks, but Glock is the primary one, and that's why they call it the Glock ban. Completely unconstitutional, but we're trying to kill this so that we don't have to pay tons of money in court to kill it.
And eventually, if this kind of gains enough traction and is in the ether for long enough, they're going to be able to use that against all firearms.
Any fire. If you know a skilled machinist, he or she can do that to virtually anything ever made. Yep. It's like guys making cars go faster. If you want it bad enough, you make it happen.
John Browning made a full auto lever action.
A lever action rifle. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. We also have one of the other bills that is pretty bad is this Senate Bill 248 by Rubio, and what's designed is to do fear-mongering to discourage people. So as you know, Jeff, because we've had talks about this, people inherit firearms. They might have had like a pistol or something, but then their grandfather or their parent or somebody else in their family passes, and the firearms are willed to them or deeded to them. And when they come to get them off, they'll go through somebody like yourself a lot of times to pick them up and get them transferred. Well, this will require anybody working with them, including FFLs, to have to tell them how scary it is to have firearms, all the bad things that could happen, and why you possibly don't want to have those firearms. This is just ridiculous. This is, once again, another method to try to break the 2A movement and the 2A culture and the culture of gun ownership, which is what this country was founded on. So we obviously don't want this to go through. And then the last bill that we're fighting, which just should make you go, wait, there's only 4? Yeah, there's only 4, and there's a couple that we think may change, but right now they're holding where they're at. And this is Senate Bill 704. And now they got this idea that they want to make you have to go to FFLs for firearm barrels. And as you know, DOJ cannot use NICS, which is how we, do the background checks by federal law on barrels.
Yeah, NICS is National Insta-Check System is what that stands for.
Yeah, and that's not designed or allowed to be used on firearms barrels, but that's what they want. They wanted to make it illegal to purchase a barrel for a firearm without using an FFL.
Why?
So no more going to replace your competition pistol barrel, a barrel that you've used on a rifle, or you want to upgrade the rifle barrel, which I've done. A lot of other people have done.
Did they give a reason why, or they just throwing spaghetti against the wall again?
Well, part of this is, the Supreme Court and the district courts have all been handing down since Bruin. You can't go after this. You can't go after that. So what they're trying to do now is disassemble. This is the movement by the anti-gun lobby, is to disassemble the firearm and make it so every single piece comes under scrutiny.
Go after parts. Sure.
And
the difference is how many of us have bought a new car and within a couple of years replaced the mats because you want mats that can catch your coffee when you drop them. Well, that doesn't mean the car is bad. But they're like, oh, you had to change your grips. Why? Well, because I wanted a better grip. Did that make it safer? Yeah. Oh, so the firearm wasn't safe when you bought it.
And again, I think that's a huge thing, is that it is a safety issue. Say if you need something malfunctions on your firearm and you need to get it replaced, now they're hindering your replacement of having an effective firearm, and that could cost you either your life or someone else's in the meantime, or if you're practicing or functioning a malfunctioning weapon, tool.
Just when you think Excremento can't get any stupider, they come up with a bill like this.
The best part is this is the highest paid legislature in the United States. Yeah. And this is what you get for your money.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think was really interesting is, I told you guys last week the number of bills that had not made it out of appropriations. The exact number of bills that did not make it was 18.7% of all the bills failed to make it out, which is the highest. It's been rising every year. So 337 bills were killed just in this first run at appropriations. And there's a second run. And why I'm kind of happy about that is because the Department of Finance and the Legislative Accounting Office came out with the report this week. And according to the report, we are now $82 billion in budget shortfall since 23-24. And we're slated on average all the way to 2032 to be at least between 15 and 20 billion additional debt per year.
Lovely.
Oh, man. Where is all the money going, guys? Come on.
We know. Everybody with a brain knows.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to take that train from Bakersfield to Fresno.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Any hyperspeed.
It's now Visalia to Fresno.
Oh. Hey, you know what, Rick? Because we shorted you, can you hang on through the break? Because I got a couple of questions to ask you. No, not about the tax.
Okay.
But
hold on.
All right. Okay. So hang on.
Yep.
I was just listening to what song this was. Okay. Guy, I'm still pissed off about the phone. Sorry. Anyway.
Hold on tight.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio
And we'll
Network.
be back with Rick from the CRPA right after this.
Yes, sir.